very good afternoon and welcome to UBC Lunchtime News. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. Starting off today with President Yoweri Museveni, who has assured the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, to reform the old white-collar education curriculum with vocational training emphasis in order to bridge a skills gap and reduce on the rate of unemployment. President Museveni was represented by the third Deputy Prime Minister, Lukia Nakadama, at the 60th anniversary celebrations of the National Commissions for UNESCO in Uganda. Luwama reports.
Not the best schools, but one thing I know.
The Ugandan National Commission for UNESCO, UNESCO, has marked 60 years since its establishment, with the objective of ensuring implementation of the UNESCO activities of promoting culture, education and sciences in Uganda.
We boast of community multimedia centers that were established in 1997. These facilitate communication and access to information and learning resources in rural areas. In Uganda here, ladies and gentlemen, we have Buama, we have Nakaseke, we have Kachwekanu, we have Kagadi, we have Mora, and we have Nabweru. And these are functioning and they have been able to cause learning, especially during the time of COVID. Learners would go to the library. We are aware that our work is not done. But the last 60 years and our predecessors have taught us a lot. And the legacy of our first 60 years inspire our next 60 years.
In the 60 years, UNESCO has significantly supported Uganda's education system. President Yoweri Museveni was represented by the third Deputy Prime Minister, Lukia Nakadama, at this function. He commended UNESCO's presence in Uganda and ensured peace and stability.
Opportunity to reflect on the achievements of UNESCO in Uganda over the last 60 years.
President Museveni also commits to reform the education curriculum of promoting job creators than those seeking for white-collar employment.
Intensify efforts to restructure the educational curriculum with a view to produce responsible citizens. 2 was to restore educational facilities, especially in areas where they were destroyed by war. 3 was to expand facilities for technical and commercial education in order to provide the required manpower for development. And 4 was to lay the foundation for the provision of adequate educational opportunities to the growing population.
Education being the third pillar of this international organization, the Ministry of Education and Sports commends guidance of UNESCO, which has put Uganda among the rich academia countries on the continent.
The Ministry of Education and Sports is committed to ensuring that the Uganda National Commission for UNESCO is supported in its work of liaison, coordination, consultation, information and mobilizing national partners, including the civil society, with the substantial contribution in advancement of UNESCO's objectives in the implementation of its program in Uganda.
By marking 60 years of UNESCO's existence in Uganda, the body is strategizing on improving the education system to produce young entrepreneurs as per the demand of the global job market.
Learning it to be, what does it mean? You must really emphasize self-confidence, who you are. Culture is the most important. Learning it to be, who are you? We may be different cultures, but we need to have harmony within diversity.
UNATCOM calls for more investment by the government and other collaborating partners to enable the Commission expand its intellectual workforce and activities to autonomous structure. Abdu Nasiri Lubwama for UBC.
The First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, has urged the Governing Council of Mbarara University of Science and Technology to put in place measures to raise upright citizens who value their culture and will not tolerate vices like drug abuse, homosexuality, corruption, and immorality, among others. The First Lady said this while presiding over the inauguration of the 8th Council of Mbarara University of Science and Technology, which she hosted at State House, Nakasero. Take a look.
He noted that the world is dealing with a generation of youth who are challenged by various situations and many unacceptable vices. She noted that this can no longer be ignored among the youth at the various universities in our country. She added that students should not just graduate with academic qualifications alone, because the world requires people of integrity more than ever before.
Through a concerted effort, we can produce graduates worthy of our country's future.
The First Lady said this while presiding over the inauguration of the 8th Council of Mbarara University of Science and Technology, which she hosted at State House, Nakasero. The 26-member council, which assumed office on the 1st of July 2023 for a period of 4 years, is chaired by Dr. Warren Namara, while Ms. Sarah Nchwako is the vice chairperson. The First Lady congratulated the council members and reminded them that the main mission of the university is to produce a skilled and productive workforce for national development. She said that it is an obligation not just to enroll students, but also mentor and graduate them.
All of us must dedicate ourselves to helping students to overcome the obstacles that stand between them and success. Each of us has a duty and responsibility to ensure that as students graduate, our university thrive and our nation has a skilled, productive, and responsible workforce.
Mrs. Museveni appreciated the university management, led by the Vice Chancellor Professor Celestine Obua, for ably managing the university and implementing council decisions, which she said has resulted in the university's growth and steady advancement, making it one of the best universities in Uganda.
I have no doubt in my mind that the caliber of leaders on this council will rise to the occasion, and through their efforts, the university will experience significant growth and development. I pray for God's blessings and guidance as you carry out your responsibilities as members of the 8th Council of Mbarara University of Science and Technology.
In his remarks, the chairperson must counsel Dr. Warren Namara said that in order to achieve the vision of a center of academic and professional excellence in science and technology, they are geared towards learner-centered problem-solving instruction, being a research-driven university, and enhancing knowledge transfer partnerships and networking. He highlighted some of the challenges that hinder critical operations of the university. These include the potential risk of closure of the medical school, which was condemned by the Uganda Medical and Dental Practitioners Council for lacking requisite infrastructure, equipment and staffing, the inability of the university to occupy the faculty of computing. The Vice Chancellor Mas, Professor Celestine, thanked government for the support to Mbarara University since establishment in 1989 to date, when it is celebrating 34 years.
We thank you for the support of the university. We can sit here, cry, say, well, this and that, but we have never forgotten the support of the university from you and from the president. Once again, thank you for availing the council the opportunity to have this important meeting and the inauguration.
The inauguration ceremony was also attended, among others, by senior technical officers from the Ministry of Education and Sports, These included Dr. Jenegao, the Undersecretary and Director of Higher Technical Vocational Education and Training, Ismail Mulindwa, the Director, Basic and Secondary Education.
I now declare the 8th Council of Mbarara University of Science and Technology fully inaugurated, and I thank you and God bless you.
Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
Thank you so much, Baguma William. Members of Parliament representing regions of Kampala, capital city, have teamed up to add a common voice to the solutions of floods and poor drainage affecting the capital city. The members of Parliament addressed a press conference in Parliament after floods hit hard the business community in Kampala. Now, the legislators believe that the poor status of drainage channels is number one cause of the flooding, hence urges government to consider increasing the budget allocation to KCCA to enable it resolve this issue.
Of recent, floods triggered by heavy rains have consumed part of the time of the business community and residents after many were left helpless.
This is to let you know that this is Lugogo branch. We are currently flooded. The place has a lot of water. We have halted business. What you see brown there is water only. Is water.
Despite being a recurrent situation whenever heavy rains attack the capital city, several interventions by the relevant stakeholders have since proved futile.
So unless we address the issue of garbage management, we are still going to have floods in the city. And the city will be filthy, will be dirty, because as we speak now, it's one of the dirtiest cities in the world. So we must wake up.
Members of Parliament representing the regions of Kampala, capital city, have, through a press conference at Parliament, agreed on a voice to call for solutions.
Most of the waterways in Kampala have been encroached on by investors. And that's the reason that we have floods. The greatest enemy of a road is water. In the World Bank report of 2008, we lose over $100 million every year because of floods.
Despite questioning the current budget allocations for the road fund, the legislators propose an increment in the budget of KCCA to optimize the drainage and road sector in the capital city.
As we are speaking right now, we are closing the first quarter of the current financial year, but Kampala has not received anything as far as construction of roads and drainage is concerned. So we call upon this government to wake up. Let us do our work. Let the executive put the Minister of Finance to task that Kampala is the capital of this country. Indeed, the people of Kampala need to be served better because they are the highest payers of tax.
This comes at a time when KCCA is in advanced stages of implementing a 10-year master plan to improve the road and drainage of Kampala and its metropolitan areas.
I just want to see the place fixed. I know for sure that if there is any discussion about monies and what to, that is our internal thing. That's in-house. That is between us, Minister of Works, between UNRWA, between ENAGO, and between the Minister of Finance. That is our in-house thing. But the members of the traveling public want a smooth road. That's all they want.
That's why we are putting an ultimatum. 2 weeks, 2 weeks, just 2 weeks. We want some action to be done.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Bitabinji, UBC News.
The Archbishop of the Anglican Church of Uganda, His Grace Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, has called for peace and unity amongst the people of the Rwenzori region. Kazimba, who is on his pastoral visit in Kasese, stressed the need for the people to remain united and observe peace for each other at all times.
The district, which he attributed to early school dropouts of girls for different reasons.
They take their children at school. They ensure, because I've seen a number of children who are children mothers, kids but with kids, and which means that the issue of early pregnancy is really still there. We should fight it.
The Archbishop, who commissioned various church projects within the South Rwenzori Diocese, noted that some health centers were understaffed, which puts the lives of people at risk.
Doctors and the nurses sent by the government, they are there on the secondment of the government, which is very good. Only that I have been saddened to hear that the government is withdrawing the doctors from that place and the nurses and midwives because of the policy, which I definitely do not have a problem with, the policy, but there should be some special considerations of some places. Like this one, I was also shocked to hear that the next hospital from that place, it is 60 kilometers.
The Bishop of South Rwenzori Diocese, Mason Baruku, thanked His Grace for the love he has shown to the people of Kasese.
All have thanked him for his parental consideration of moving to the hard-to-reach areas. The more he goes to the hard-to-reach areas, the more prayers he has to offer for us. So I'm excited as the Bishop, and I still say that Your Grace, we still have other areas where you'll be able to visit, and when you go back to Kampala, to your secretariat, then remember to pray for us.
Moving on from that, Uganda is set to host the annual civil society organization WASH Forum with the aim of shedding light on the nation's progress towards achieving Sustainable Development Goal 6 of universal access to clean water, sanitation and environmental conservation. The upcoming annual CSO WASH Forum, scheduled to take place from the 4th to the 6th of October 2023, serves as a platform for the stakeholders to engage in dialogue and a concerted action. Kai reports.
The Executive Director, Uganda Water and Sanitation, Yunia Musazi, says they have decided to dedicate this annual forum to government ahead of the attainment of the social development goal of access to clean water. Musazi says recognizing access to clean water and sanitation is essential for the well-being and dignity of all people.
The percentage increase for water and sanitation for the last couple of years, for either water or sanitation has not increased by, it's an average of around 3 or 2% increment. And this is mainly to the low budgets that are being allocated by government, in spite of us as CSOs. On average, we make an investment of around an average of 70 to 90 billion in this sector, we as CSOs. In spite of that investment and also what government puts in, you still find that the percentage increase is almost at around 1 or 2% every year.
Uganda, like many nations, has made significant strides in this direction, but challenges persist and much work remains to be done.
An initiative like this is proof that it's quite important to collaborate between government and CSOs and development partners, but also be coordinated as we're implementing.
Key questions that will be addressed during the forum include the state of clean water and sanitation accessibility in Uganda, innovative solutions to overcome existing challenges, the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on water, sanitation and hygiene efforts, and the role of various stakeholders in achieving the social development goal number 6.
And in Uganda especially, it is also a commitment, we believe, of our government through various visions, plans and national development targets that we should be economically comfortable and healthy, a healthy population, and that we know cannot happen without safe water and sanitation.
The annual civil society organization WASH Forum promises to be a dynamic platform for knowledge sharing, networking, and fostering collaboration among those dedicated to improving the lives of Ugandans through better access to clean water and sanitation while preserving the environment.
Sanitation and sewerage connection stands at 6%. Then maybe when you go to national water, they will tell you 10%. and of course with the deteriorating water quality aspects. Then when we look at safely managed sanitation, that one stands at 66%, meaning safely managed sanitation, you record the sanitation that reaches the end point.
This year's forum will not only celebrate past achievements, but also chart a clear path forward towards a future where every person in Uganda can enjoy the benefits of clean water, proper sanitation, and a healthier environment. The theme of this year's forum underscores the importance of collaboration, jointly achieving Social Development Goal number 6, clean water, sanitation, and environmental conservation. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
We'll be back with more stories.
Water, please. Can I pay with Momo? No. Ha. Hey, can I pay with Momo? Ha.
Here's our merchant code.
Oh, very good.
7 maker?
20. Can I pay with Momo?
Unfortunately, no.
Ha. Baby, let's go.
When paying with MTN Momo comes with more benefits for everyone, it just doesn't make sense not to have it.
Hello, I've come for rent.
Can I pay with Momo? Ha.
Yes, you can.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Juko.
Yo.
Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish Development Model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish Development Model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
So, you are ready to invest in Airtel's initial public offering? Good choice. I'm going to show you how to do it straight from your phone. First, you're going to want to make sure you have a Securities Central Depository SCD account. Dial *185*85# from your Airtel number. Choose Airtel IPO purchase from the available options. Enter your valid national identification number when prompted. Before you purchase, there are a few things you need to know. The minimum purchase is 2,500 shares. The share price is 100 Uganda shillings. Select the number of shares you wish to purchase. Choose your relevant broker for the purchase. Enter your Airtel Money PIN to confirm the transaction. Congratulations! You receive a confirmation message of your successful purchase.
Nibanyita kana nyita says Nwagaba, commercial officer, Abantungamo District Government.
I am Sez Nwagaba, the commercial officer for Ntungamo Local Government. I express my gratitude to God for this platform and the Mugalu initiative brought to us by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, as it has positively transformed the lives of the people in Ntungamo, whom I have known for a long time. Deaf and blind, profits are being made, highlighting how this program has actively engaged and evolved every individual. Initially, we received 2,650 million Uganda shillings. Each constituency received 530 million Uganda shillings. I would like to express my gratitude to this platform for providing us with the opportunity to share information about the Imyoga program. Our special thanks go to the President for initiating the program, and additionally, I would like to mention that there are numerous similar projects in Rubare and Ntungamo.
Welcome back from that short commercial break as we continue with our UBC Lunchtime News. Soroti Resident City Commissioner Peter Pex Park has refuted allegations that 12 patients died last week at Soroti Regional Referral Hospital of a lack of oxygen. Park warns opportunists against misleading the public in favor of cheap popularity and confirmed that only 9 people died at the facility due to various ailments.
The recent reports surrounding the alleged death of 12 patients at Soroti Regional Referral Hospital due to lack of oxygen have been dismissed by the Soroti Resident City Commissioner, Peter Pex Park.
2 of them died because of natural causes. 2 died because they had accident and there was multiple fractures all over the body. 1 person died for lack of blood, specifically group O. Then the other 2 were sequelers. Then there was 1 other person who died of, I think, diabetes. Then 1 person was elderly. So nobody died out of oxygen. Those who needed oxygen had oxygen.
Park says the fear and tension that compelled the opportunists to mislead the public with the wrong information resulted from the broken oxygen plant that was later on fixed.
As we speak now, that service, the machine, the oxygen plant has been serviced. That spare that had been blown by Umeme has also been replaced. As we speak now, the plant is functional, 100% functionality.
It is alleged that poor servicing of the oxygen plant forced the area member of parliament to close the administration office, which was uncalled for.
He went ahead to have an exchange with this small officer, the young officer, the hospital administrator. And I think there is something that he said, then the hospital administrator said, no, you're not my employer. That prompted him to close the office. In my view, it was not necessary for my MP to close a public office. It was not necessary.
The Minister of State for Test Affairs, Dr. Kenneth Ongalo Obote, who was planning to carry an oversight visit to the hospital, was shocked by the closure of the hospital administration office.
When this issue of Soroti Hospital came up, I was following it in the media, and I was planning to give you a call and find out if we could go there and meet those people. Then all of a sudden I saw something in the media which made it look what I was going to do was done in Alabama.
He challenged both politicians and the hospital technical team to always resolve issues amicably without pulling strings.
Sometimes all it takes is for people to sit down and just talk, and you will get solutions. But when you embarrass people, you all have wives at home, children who look up to you. The whole world can disrespect you, but your children will take your advices.
Mr. Obote was addressing a delegation of local leaders in Teso sub-region who were meeting in Soroti City to benchmark on how to solve issues affecting service delivery in the region. Joseph Oko, UBC.
And in our sports stories, John Serunjoji, the headline boxer at the Sweet Science Season Fest boxing event Friday, trained amidst fans in Usafi Market ahead of his event fight against Kenyan Danes Onyango on September 30th, 2023. The fight will be staged at Club Obligato in Kampala.
To the much anticipated Sweet Science Season 1 boxing event, headline boxer Serunjoji and his colleagues wowed fans in Usafi Market as they trained amidst their cheers. The boxers affirmed their readiness for victory at the event as they rallied the fans to attend in huge numbers.
Nkoze training ekisirikale era opponent wange simanyi Mukisa Robert simanyi mufu ajenga alamye
kyanjawulo leero kyetugenda okukola ku JST kyeteeseteese yeke ku fight eno obulumi mbuyiseemu ate abo abasajja si gwe gusoose okubalwana byonna mbikoze
era nga ndi mukakafu nti fight eno tugenda giwangula. Ketonye kagwake kakibechi ndi musanyufu nti n'abawagizi ba Usafi bonna oba abakozi ba Usafi basobodde otubeererawo era ne bagula tiketi mbungi. Ennaku z'omwezi nga 3 wali ku kirabu obligato banaye tugenda kulwana, sinze nze kagenda kulwana, Aluna agenda kulwana, Aluna Venom n'abalwanyi abalala bangi nnyo, Ken de Mexico. Mbasaba busabe mugule tiketi za mitwalo 2, mitwalo 5 n'emmeeza ya mitwalo 5.
The fans are excited to support the boxing event.
Yensonga lwaki tuvuddeyo okugula tiketi zino zonna. Tuguze tiketi ezisukka 50 lwa nsonga ntino ebikonde tubiwagira. Ebikonde bituli mu musaayi nti abaana babizanya baffe.
The Sweet Science Season 1 boxing event has attracted over 30 boxers in various weight divisions and will take place on 30th September 2023 at Club Obligato in Kampala. Grace Kyomugisha, UBC News.
Thank you so much for watching UBC Lunchtime News. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. Have a lovely afternoon.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.